How do you connect more to the divine feminine energy within you, regardless of your gender? Okay, and that is the place where you really access your divine truth, and that's where you can truly lead from. Okay, and what is that? That's your heart space. Okay, that's the heart. The way to access that, though, is really you've got to go through the lower base chakras in order to get to that heart space and really clear through it, past the illusion, past the scarcity, past the fear, past the lust, past the greed. Really kind of clearing through all of these lower base templates that have been conditioned within you, right? And that is when that divine feminine energy within you, regardless of your gender, can truly be activated, and you can actually take aligned actions from that space, which is where the divine truth will come to you. It's very difficult to kind of break through that energy, but I do think that this is what I think that there's this understanding of that more so. Someone's really understanding that, the full energy here, okay? Maybe they're going on this journey right now, okay? But there's definitely something about this, and I feel like it's a very much of a collective kind of shift as well that's taking place. So perhaps this is a divine masculine energy that I'm picking up on, you know? But there's this really beautiful energy to honor that inner kind of oracle, that high priestess. But again, to get here, you need to clear through here and rise up, okay? Rise that channel. Allow that energy to flow, okay? In the societies, many societies, a lot of conditioning around being stuck in material gain. Yeah, that keeps you away from your divine self, your divine truth, okay? With the Hermit energy here, I think someone's been doing some serious soul searching. They're understanding this, okay? When you're stuck in that the physical limitations or restrictions, the way of seeing that is just purely animal, you are being pulled away from your divine self, okay? As a human, you have it within you to access divine levels of consciousness, to rise from the animal consciousness, okay? That's the whole point. Knight of Cups energy here as well, okay? It's kind of like moving away from illusion, this illusionary state of Nine of Cups, wish fulfillments, this illusionary state of what you think the ideal should look like, and there's so much more beyond the surface. Especially if you're on the divine journey, you have such a bigger purpose here. You transcend beyond the 3D, even like the karmic templates that you're healing through, you know, you're understanding that actually they have all served a purpose. Everybody's on their journey serving a purpose in their own way, right? Through all their different kind of inclinations. 7 of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands here, okay? So yeah, I think this is it. I think it's taking a while. Someone's really been operating from this space of, you know, that kind of the action that has been led from this illusionary state, right? So any decisions that were being made were not resulting in this true kind of full fulfillment. This is where they've been doing a lot of heavy soul searching, going inwards and recognizing and understanding themselves, getting ready for this leap of faith. I even think that they've taken a leap of faith, which is actually kind of resulted in them in this being in this energy of seeing what's been stopping them, right? Okay, so there's a transition taking place. I do see something about travel here as well. Okay, someone could be traveling, but there's definitely travel moving forward. That's going to be really important for someone's kind of feeling like this kind of awakened sense of self. I'm also hearing something about rites of passage. So it feels like someone's really overcoming something internally right now. They're taking a lot of time by themselves. And, you know, on that kind of, just as I said that, you know, the Hanged Man came out, that's confirmation, okay? So we've got the 9 of Cups and then the Star. Wishes are being fulfilled. The stars are aligning right now in order for this kind of forward movement to take place from what has been this. This Hanged Man has resulted, this pause has resulted from somebody actually having to understand certain life lessons, which has been really led by this kind of energy, this kind of impulsive kind of wound feeding energy, right? Heartbreak has been beneath the surface there, okay? Someone's slowly but surely they're healing that, they're understanding their true purpose, but also their true wishes, and they're understanding how those are actually aligned. You know, the divine masculine energy came through when I mentioned that, and divine masculine, truly the pain and kind of in terms of the physical human self that they experience is a journey that can't really be explained. I wondered if she'd come up. The High Priestess was coming to me before this reading. You know, when I see this card specifically today, I'm feeling the presence of kind of that Mary Magdalene energy with this specific card. There's so much more beneath the surface. Look at this. The Queen of Pentacles. Someone's birthing something right now, and it's a creation that's taking place within, intuitively led, again connecting to that divine feminine within, which is why the heart has been cleared out through so much. There's been so much healing. I'm seeing kind of angelic presence through this healing as well. This intuitive guidance with this High Priestess here, you know, it's kind of like understanding spiritual knowledge from even, you know, not specifically, I wouldn't kind of say, oh, you know, this religious energy, but it's about learning from so many different religions at the same time and taking in all of this beautiful knowledge where there's so much alignment, really. But also recognizing your kind of relationship with divine is so personal, so unique. Your internal resurrection, you can see the truth once you actually access that within you, if that makes sense. It's your personal journey, your personal truth, right? You're seeing past the veils, beyond the veils, past the mirrors of illusion that you have been, you know, smoke and mirrors, that's been guiding this journey so far. This beautiful Queen of Pentacles, she's ready to take a leap. There's some kind of creative project potentially that she's working on that's got really abundant potential. This is someone who's very nurturing, and she's got it within her to kind of hold. Again, it's, I don't know, Mary Magdalene is really present right now. You might resonate with that, okay? Creating kind of, there's something about that garden in that particular card as well. And just as I said that, we've got the Lovers card. The garden is so important. Garden is where so much mystical magic happens. Truly. The Wheel, there's something massive taking place right now, something so divinely led, so divinely protected as well. Garden of Eden is coming through here as well, right? So we've got these, I'm hearing the Kundalini awakenings, the activations that have been taking place for a while with that Hanged Man. It's been a while, but it's kind of allowing someone to really recognize themselves, their truth, their divine truth. This is beautiful because it feels like someone's been really initiated within themselves on their personal journey. This doesn't mean something that everybody and everyone knows about. It's kind of really personal, but it's something that someone's now allowing themselves to see how they are here to fulfill their divine purpose. I feel like someone's making some kind of moves towards this Queen of Pentacles, or this Queen of Pentacles herself is, look at that Success at the bottom of the deck there. This is the awakenings that I was just talking about. The Judgment card. All versions of self, past lives, present lives, past versions within this life, awakening to understanding the purpose beyond. There's like this, you know, that doesn't happen all at once. It takes awakenings. It takes time. It takes kind of versions of you, templates, kind of cycling through. I'm seeing the snake shedding its skin, right? Someone's ready. The trumpet that's being blown there by divine is like, are you ready? Let's see, right? And that's the healing journey. That's why it's been taking time. Whatever your purpose here is right now is very profound, because there's a reason that there's so much angelic presence and divine guidance here, but also why it's taking so long. But also there's something within this energy, this Queen of Pentacles energy, where she's got it's a very divine purpose, but it's also very grounded here on earth. Okay, this goes to somebody who already is quite abundant, you know, has abundant energy, whether that's materially or it's truly just within her. She has this beautiful energy. Again, I just keep seeing Mary Magdalene, okay? King of Wands, Knight of Wands to the Hanged Man to the King of Wands. Someone's stepping up. Yeah, no longer being driven by their impulse and their lust. They're actually honing in on that energy. Yeah, so they're working, that means they've been working on their lower base chakras. So they're finally harnessing that energy, channeling that energy from a much more mature, wiser, and stable place is what I'm hearing, which is interesting. It's kind of like they're allowing that to drive their leadership, if you will, instead of it driving them and, you know, driving them into whatever happened in the past. Okay, Three of Wands, time to move forward. King of Pentacles, that was that stability I was seeing. King and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, time to move forwards. There's going to be some kind of leadership opportunity coming forwards, and it's to do with the spiritual knowledge that you have gained, the access that you have been granted divinely because you have accessed who you finally are here. There's something really profound happening for somebody, quite a shift. And with the Six of Swords, with Three of Wands, I really see travel here is going to be really important for whatever this is, okay? And finally, after that healing, after that inner soul searching, the decision can be made from the heart space. It's like you're being granted access to the garden that is kind of the garden of abundance that is from a more divine sense, right? So there's going to be more mystical knowledge being presented to you. This is a very specific message, okay? I feel like someone's been working on something. It could be some kind of creative project, right? But it's taken time. They've kind of gathered so much kind of knowledge within them, right? They could be very much, it's that again that activated that inner oracle and real learning, getting these downloads, but also kind of learning so much outside of them. I'm seeing kind of actual studying, you know, whatever it is. But this is why in the past it's kind of like they wouldn't have known how to put this out there, how to kind of set this kind of in motion, whatever this is. It would have been impulsive action that they wouldn't have been able to kind of hold stability within. However, things have changed. This is their transition. They're understanding things. So whatever this is, it's had to be on the back burner for a reason. A, because they need to be prepared to kind of get out there with this, but also B, because there was so much more that they were learning. And also I feel like somebody else needs to come into alignment with them for them to finally do this. It might be a thing that you have to do together, right? Or it's just like that inner balance. But there was something definitely about external energy that needed to be a part of this, okay? Union card, that 1111, twin flame energies. Some people call that the marriage card, okay, however that resonates. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, again, such slow moving energy, I will say. But there is also this kind of, this is why this is like a reminder of your journey. Don't fall off the path. There's a reason for this. There's a purpose for this. Whatever that creative project is, whatever it is that your intuition, your inner knowing, whatever it is that's guiding you now, that had from the beginning, remind yourself that, bring the spark back, because there's been conflict. There's been external energies that have actually pulled you off your path, pulled you away from your inner alignment. Okay, so it's time to come back. The moon. Yeah, look at this, the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Someone's really pondering on this and thinking about this right now. They're understanding, or they're trying to understand. They're trying to see past that. Again, that illusion is what's coming through with that moon energy, okay? Someone has an offer here. Page of Pentacles, an offer that they want to bring to the surface. 10 of Wands, the Magician, Strength card, Devil. Someone's faced a lot of external demons, but I think that's been that clearing, so they can finally activate that inner divine feminine energy that's really coming through from the beginning. Look at that, the 3 of Swords, and again the Devil, the bottom of the deck. Yeah, someone's been and then the 2 of Cups and the 6 of Cups, 10 of Swords. Whatever this is, there's been some kind of external energy in the past that somebody had to really clear through in order to finally find their truth and to access their truth without falling off. Okay, without their faith has been tested here. Truly, this reading is a reminder to come back to yourself. So the message that's coming through heavy here is that someone's actually being given this opportunity with this Judgment card to finally clear through this 3 of the Swords energy, to try to embody that strength energy, right? Again, that's that inner kind of divine feminine and divine masculine working in harmony, in balance within, in order to get into that beautiful magician energy where they can finally create whatever it is that they're moving towards, wherever this is that I can see is coming into fruition, right? It's all depending on how these movements are taken. A fiery climax approaches, a time to give rather than take, okay? I feel like somebody might be coming into kind of their purpose more in terms of their service here, if that makes sense, right? Their divine purpose. Okay, you're very close to achieving your goal. So there's definitely something on someone's mind. Take time to breathe out. I think that they're just kind of, hesitation is what's coming through. Some kind of hesitation. Be bold and make the first move. Confirmation. New romantic cycle begins. Interesting. Okay, so that's be bold and make the first move has come out with the fiery climax. So I feel like there's definitely something. And I think someone's expecting, I've heard expecting the worst just then. So hold your vision. Don't let pride get in your way. They're getting in their own way. Whatever they've created, they're very close to achieving their goal, and it's their pride that's going to test them. Their pride is going to come through. Okay, so again, holding in on those low base chakras. What is it that's kind of holding you back? Yeah. Ego wants to protect you, but you don't need protection when you're so sure in your truth, in your heart space. Your soul is already guiding you. You've been connecting to that clearly. It's really evident to see. Your intuition is showing you exactly where you need to be, okay? Communication is key. You have to get clear on your communication. Create that kind of safe space within yourself to know that you're speaking your truth, okay? In order to kind of move forwards with whatever this is. because that's the only way. You know, if you're making things up in your own mind or whatever, you're basing things on the past situations, especially with that kind of conflict that might have happened, or external energies and opinions. A new start is coming, confirmation, that is holding you back. It's kind of your inner state right now, your inner being, right? That's being kind of tested, if you will. But a new start is coming, and that's with you making that first move. Okay, so have faith in your dreams. These are just all beautiful kind of messages for you to don't give up, if you will. It's time to take action. Oh my goodness. These are really like asking you to go. Your commitment is being tested. Confirmation that we've just been saying that, okay? Your hard work is paying off. A win-win outcome is forecast, okay? So truly, there's something here about this new energy that with that Fool, there's like a new journey ahead, and it's waiting for you to finally say, yes, I've got this, you know. And that doesn't mean you're perfect, but it means that you're allowing yourself. That's why it's like a constant kind of healing cycle. You're allowing that channel within you to kind of, you know, and flow. But when you experience that stuckness, which is what happens, that's you again, the 3D like templates, constraints, limitations within you that are trying to stop you. You've got to transcend that, see from a bigger picture, to go higher and recognize where you're, stay grounded, but recognize actually you're here for a bigger purpose. Clearly, I can see that. The biggest test someone's experiencing right now is in this communication that they need to take action with, okay? This is where they're being told to breathe out, because it's exactly what needs to be happening, what they're experiencing right now, okay? This is that layer that they need to work through, heal through, okay? So this is where they need to ask themselves, where's that pride getting in the way? What is it that they've been telling themselves? What is it that's been told to them that they're still believing, holding, you know, going through their kind of mind, sense of humor, okay? Detach from the situation. You know, when you're attached to something, that can become really unhealthy, and you can end up kind of feeding into those pain-based timelines, and then that ends up being the threads that you're feeding into the situation. God is in charge. Trust divine is unfolding this for a reason. You're being guided where you're being guided to for a reason. Take things a bit more light-hearted, if you will, you know, with that sense of humor energy. But also, self-respect is so big. You know, the more you respect yourself, the more you're going to do right by yourself, by your path, your journey. And you're not going to allow anyone or anything. The biggest thing about this, especially on the divine journey, is not allowing anyone, anything to treat you any less than you are worthy of, than you are deserving of, truly. Okay, it doesn't matter who it is. It could even be your person, people around you. You see yourself with such a high respect. It's not arrogance, quite the opposite. It's not your ego. It's your soul saying, hold on, I'm worthy of so much more than these the templates that I'm being kind of, you know, people are trying to pull you down into. Yeah, you recognize that. And sometimes, you know, especially when you're going through these awakenings, that means that there's so many things and people around you that will not be in alignment with you, and they will fall away, and they need to. Okay, but that's so that the right things and people and so on can come into alignment, because you'll begin to respect yourself in such a way, you and your loved ones, a safe confirmation, save a favourable outcome, right? So the people who you do need around you, things you do need around you, that's all already written. Whatever you're attaching to, that's where you need to really I think that maybe it's difficult to detach from wherever this is for some reason. Explore kind of the way in which you can remove yourself from any kind of certain situations, if you will. The person you're asking about is trustworthy. If this is what you need to move towards, and this is what's being tested right now, confirmation, the person you're asking about is trustworthy. Yeah, it's almost, you can have a bit of a kind of like, I'm hearing kind of, you know, that human nature, you can kind of laugh a bit about it, because it's kind of like you're taking things so seriously when you didn't need to all along, right? It's kind of that energy is what it's giving. Your home is protected by angels, okay? That's come out with you and your loved ones are safe. So you don't need to be so kind of overly focused on something that, because your energy is needed, right? Your energy can be, when you're investing your energy externally, outsourcing it in places that you have been conditioned to with templates of fear, of scarcity, you know, that kind of thing, then you're outsourcing that so much that you haven't got time to fuel yourself within you, and you're in a kind of journey, like I said, that you've got to go inwards to really channel that energy through, is being neglected, okay? That's not what you need right now. Shield yourself, protect yourself. Protect yourself with whatever this is that you're needing to make a kind of detach from, but also make the right decisions to kind of do that in a healthier way. Someone might also be concerned about their finances or something right now, okay? You're being guided to really connect with the divine in that, right? explore your options and how you can move forwards in that respect as well, okay? There's a divine unfold taking place right now. Okay, so there's something about protecting kind of yourself in all senses, finances included, right? There's a past life relationship that's coming through here, okay? Separation at the bottom of the deck as well, okay? So let's just see if there's anything more on this. I think there could be some kind of past life healing taking place right now as well, okay? Oh, romantic feelings. Okay, so somebody could be, again, that connected to that heart space. Someone's allowing themselves to understand that more, okay? And I do think there's something about this forward movement that I mentioned. There's going to be travel that's connected to this to understand this better. Unrequited love. Oh, okay. So I feel like someone's, based off the past, like whatever they've told themselves or even whatever they've experienced themselves, they've kind of been very hesitant about experiencing their heart space and allowing themselves to access that again, okay? Stay optimistic. You're being asked to, true love at the bottom of the deck. Oh, there could be something really beautiful coming through here. Yeah, something about really, what are you feeding yourself right now, right? The devil at the bottom of the deck there. You know, there have been attachments in the past, addictions in the past, behaviors that you've been, that have been led by kind of, you know, lust, if you will, chemistry, sparks and that kind of thing, right? But this is about kind of channeling beyond that, transcending beyond that. And this is what someone's finally in the kind of position to be doing. And they need to have faith in that, because I think this is something they've not done before. That's why they're kind of like, oh, how do I do this? Keep an open mind. Don't be stuck in that unrequited love kind of energy. Keep an open mind about what's coming through. Heart-to-heart conversations. That was coming through with that communication is key very soon at the bottom of the deck, okay? Some kind of action is being taken, right? And it's going to allow you to really be true to yourself right now. And it's going to be some kind of, you're going to be reinstalled with faith, but you have to take that leap of faith yourself first in order for that to then come back to you, if that makes sense, okay? And know that wherever you, kind of whatever happens, you have it within yourself to handle that situation. And I know that it can be so difficult when you feel like you're just being tested and tested and tested, but look at how far you've come. Look at how much wisdom you have gained, how much strength in your heart you have gained, how much discipline is what I'm hearing specifically, okay? So you're becoming more and more devoted to your path. You're learning yourself more. That soul searching has been beautiful. Women now come at the bottom of the deck, okay? So whatever the case, this is taking you exactly where you need to be. No more stuckness. This is the opposite of stuckness. You want to transcend beyond the stuckness and the limitation. It's time to move forward. It's a beautiful message, okay? Let me know if this reading was for you. Sending so much love.